Hi darlings, thank you so much for joining me on my channel today. And today I have a Bible journaling process for you. I am journaling day 3 of the Witness to the Wonder Bythewell4god devotional. And I am journaling in this Bible. I want to do all of my Witness to the Wonder days in this Bible. And if you see here, I just have an older Bible here because I am journaling in Genesis. There's not a lot of pages. So this is just going to help me keep it firm and so it's not flimsy when I start to journal. But you guys have been requesting for me to do more videos where we are only journaling with the things that are in the main kit. And I completely understand that. Sometimes, we are on a budget and we cannot get all the things. So I have made it a point to try and include a couple of those videos. I'm just clipping down my page here. A couple of those videos on my channel. That way you guys can just be inspired by things that only come with the kit. So I have pulled out everything that comes with the kit. I'm not going to go through the whole thing because I have an unboxing videos. I'll link it up here for you. But I just pulled out a couple of things and a doily and then one ink pad. That's kind of what I'm, using. So aside from, I'll let you guys know that aside from the kit, what I do use, but I'm going to stick to the main elements of the kit. And then if there's something that you possibly don't have, I will try to give you some options for that. So let's start this page. Let's dig in. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab my pen and I'm going to block out the scripture that I am focusing on. I am here in Genesis chapter 12, verse 3, and this is the verse where God is telling Abraham of the promise that through him, he will bless all people of the earth. So I go ahead and block that off, and so now I can kind of start going through my items and seeing what I have available to put together this page. So one tip I have for you is when I don't know where I'm going to go with a page, I like to pull all the things out of the kit and kind of just go through it, see what coordinates with each other or what colors match, and just put them on the page and see how they work out. So I love these poinsettias and I thought I maybe wanted to use them. So I just lay them out on the page, see how it fits, and kind of try to draw inspiration from that. There are some white sticker paper alphas, those pink ones to the left that are in lace. And so I kind of wanted to use those as well. So in order to bring together the pink with the red, I'm going to use this rose corsage color. This is a creative ink color. I will link it below. I'm going to use this to draw some more pink into the page so I would be able to use the alpha along with the red poinsettias. So just bringing in some more of that color so it's not going to look so stark. I also love creating a border, so I am using my round contour brush. I'll link those below. Bythewell4god has some of these in her shop, and so I cut out some of the poinsettias because it had a little bit too much white for me. And then now I'm going to use the watercolor dot card and my water brush to add some green splatters on the back of the page. These green splatters are just to tie in together some of the greenery that's on the poinsettias with some splatters in the back. Now I'm using my Tombow Motive adhesive, and I love this liquid glue, and I'm going to go ahead and add this onto the corner of this poinsettia die cut, and then I'm going to cut around because it has round edges and get the other piece off of that. So I'm going to do the same thing at the top. Don't throw away your extra pieces, and I'm going to show you why in just a minute. So I add the other poinsettia up there at the top, and I'm also going to cut off the whatever is overlapping off the edge there. And I put those little pieces to the side, and you'll see me use that again. So when it comes to pages, I like to work in threes, and that just helps the eye move around the page. So my third placement for the poinsettia is going to be down here, right around the verse that I am journaling or focusing on. So I'm going to add some adhesive to that. And that is the scrap from the bottom left-hand corner. And then I end up using the scrap from the top left-hand corner. Later on, I'll add that on to my page as well. Okay, so now I want to start on my title. So right here in the devotional, it talks about the promise that God gave Abraham. And then we see that he does receive his son, Isaac, but it takes from that moment until we see Christ, that seed that is going to bless all of the earth. 4,000 years. In other words, 4,000 years pass before that promise is completely fulfilled, so to speak. And so the title that I give this page is A Promise of 4,000 Years. I don't know how many times in your life you have received a promise for God and you are waiting for that to be fulfilled. And sometimes we get really desperate in the waiting. But this story, this day, reminds me so much of the patience that we should have in God's promises because He is faithful. So I use both the alphas and the numbers that come in the main kit to put out that title, A Promise of 4,000 Years. And then I'm going to grab my journaling pen, and to make that pop off the page, I'm just going to trace around all of these letters. I won't make you watch me do that. Here you see me add that last piece of the poinsettia. And now I'm going to write my journaling. And in my journaling, it's just me speaking to God and saying, if Abraham could wait, and when I say Abraham and they, if the Jews waited 4,000 years for that to be fulfilled, I can wait patiently to see God's promise come to fruition in my family's lives. And I hope that encourages you today. So I decided to continue my title over to the right. If you know me, I have this saying that I always say, and it's forever faithful. And it's what keeps me anchored in the Lord when I am feeling down. And I always say it, God is forever faithful. So I wanted to add that in this page because it just reminded me of the story while I was studying. So I go ahead and use some of the alphas again to write out the word faithful. And then I use a pencil to write out the word forever. And I am using my Big Pit marker to do the down strokes because I am doing some faux hand lettering. And then I'm going to go in with my journaling pen and do the upward strokes. So this is just a kind of a trick for me to do hand lettering the easy way for me. Just use a thicker marker to do the down strokes and then go over the upstrokes with a thinner. So with my journaling pen, I close out the box for where my verse is sitting. And then I'm going to grab my date stamp and my favorite VersaFine ink, and I'm going to stamp out my date. And now I'm going to create a ruffle for the top of my page. I am using the extra fabric from the Clippy. It comes with 2 pieces of fabric. I've already used one, so I'm using the second one now. And I'm just creating a ruffle right here. And I'm using the Fabri-Tac glue to hold it in place. It glues, it dries very fast, but I hold it in place a little just to make sure that that is adhered correctly. I'm gonna add a big line there, and I'm gonna add that towards the top of my page. And now I wanted to bring in some more of that green, so I'm gonna cut a piece of this ribbon here, and I'm gonna add some Fabri-Tac glue, and then this is gonna finish off my ruffle. But then it was empty, so I thought in my head, what can I add there? And then I remembered the stamp set. So looking at the Wonder stamp set, that is not all gonna fit, but what I'm gonna do is a masking technique. So I'm gonna grab some washi. I'll place this first on my acrylic block, but I'm gonna grab some washi and my Stays On ink. Stays On ink is a permanent ink. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mask off just to leave one word of wonder. So this wonder stamp is a big collage of many words of wonders in different fonts, but I'm going to try to mask off just one of them. And then I'm gonna ink up that portion. Then I'll pull off the washi tape so that ink doesn't get on my page. And then I'm gonna stamp that down. And I love how that turned out. And that stamp set does come with the kit as well. I'm gonna grab my marker and just to finish off that end towards the bottom, and there it is. That stamps out the word wonder there. Now the page was looking a little incomplete, so I decided to go ahead and frame out the rest of the page just to frame everything in. So I grab a piece of paper to make sure I don't get that on the other side, and then I just add a little bit more of that pink, blending it in on the sides, and that's gonna frame in the rest of my page. That is it, darlings. I love how it turned out. I did a lot more than I thought I would, but the end result is absolutely beautiful. So I'm super happy with this page. I hope this gives you guys some inspiration for you guys to grab the kit, even if you just grab the main kit, and do some journaling. The most important part is always the devotional, but I hope this inspires you to do some art with the main kit and not feel bad if you can't grab the rest of the extra goodies. So as always, thank you so much for joining me here. If you are new here, I hope you consider subscribing, hit the like button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Thank you so much for joining me each and every video, darlings. God bless. Bye.